All of Us or None is a civil rights organization. It's a grassroots movement of formerly incarcerated people.
We all stand together. We all have to stand together.
And what we're doing is trying to strengthen the voice of formerly incarcerated people and actually promote policy change that is needed.
All of Us or None is a movement, not just an organization. The Peace and Justice Summits that we organize have been an opportunity for formerly incarcerated people to testify about the barriers that exist for reentry.
The money that you get released from prison with, the $200. You know, when I got released back in 1976, I got $200. And now this is 2004, and they're still giving you $200.
What we wanted was to put a face on the problem by the people who are having the problems. We want to become the experts of our own lives.
I got out of prison and I went to school and became a registered nurse. But it took me approximately 10 years to receive my nursing license unencumbered, simply because I had a felony conviction.
They said to elected officials, this is what we want you to do. They give you one concrete task.
Ban the box on applications for public employment.
The significance of All of Us or None is that we are formerly incarcerated people who are determining our own agenda.
And the demands that we are actually campaigning around came out of the Peace and Justice Summits.
I see the demands for policy changes here today. Our office will be looking at all of these. We'll see what we can do in the coming years. I know I'll be carrying at least 1 or 2 or 3 of these bills myself.
We just organized ourselves, and that was just revolutionary for us.
Ban the Box came out of the Peace and Justice Summits. It was one of the main demands that we made.
To ban the box is that question: have you been convicted of a crime? Have you been convicted of a felony? Have you been to prison? Have you been to jail?
It's not that people believe that you should not consider that question. It's when and how you consider the question.
We believe, and we know from speaking with employers, that many times if someone checks the box, yes, I have a past conviction, that application's thrown in the garbage.
Generally, when people see that box, formerly incarcerated people just give up. They don't even apply.
It's a quandary for felons who have done their time trying to find a job and being faced with an application that asks for arrest history. Tonight, there's a move to change city employment applications in San Francisco and get rid of the dreaded box.
The dream includes me. I'm back. I deserve an opportunity to actually have health care. I deserve an opportunity to support my family.
We won in San Francisco, and we've taken the campaign to Alameda County. We have won there. Ban the Box in a different form has also taken place in other cities. Boston, Chicago, St. Paul, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Washington, D.C. has an initiative. We have a resolution and a campaign going now in Los Angeles. People in Sacramento are considering it. East Palo Alto has removed the box from their application.
They're not asking for something that a special favor or some special set aside. They're asking to be treated fairly. Just judge me based on the skills that I bring to the table, then look at my background and see if it's something that precludes me from being able to do the job.
Voting is one of the most fundamental rights that's taken away from people when they go to prison.
You know, having rights are meaningless if you don't know that you have them, or if you're encountering obstacles to exercising them. And what we have learned through the work that we've done, through the work that All of Us or None and other organizations have done, is that there's a lot of misinformation in California about who's eligible to vote and not vote based on a prior criminal conviction. The law is different in so many states that people have heard, oh, you can't vote if you have a conviction. And they just assume it's a blanket prohibition on the right to vote. And in California, that's simply not the case.
The ACLU and All of Us or None collaborated on a really effective billboard, bus stop poster, and postcard campaign that used the pictures of All of Us Are None members and quotes from us about our right to vote. The goal of our voting rights campaign in California is to make sure that every formerly incarcerated person knows that they have the right to vote if they're off parole or on probation, and that that right cannot be taken away from them.
It is intolerable that in this country we have millions of American citizens who are denied the right to vote simply because they have a criminal conviction.
It's crazy to think that we can go halfway around the world and fight for democracy in Iraq and deny democracy in San Francisco, in Bakersfield, and in Los Angeles.
Our overall perspective is that ultimately we believe everybody should have the right to vote, including prisoners.
5197774. Come on, get it.
Initially, when we started doing the bike giveaway, we gave the bike giveaway in relationship to how do we get people to think about the large number of people that are being removed in the community.
Your parent in prison. Your real dad's in prison. Alejandro's missing. My homeboy Alejandro's missing.
Children having fathers missing, mothers missing, your cousins and your aunts are gone. And you know, they go away for 2 or 3 years and everybody's pretending like it's okay and it's not having an impact.
Your new bike.
The other initial thing that happened that started it, we were contacted by people in prison who asked us to give away the bicycles to let the children know that they loved them. And every time we gave away the bicycles, we always says, we stand up at the beginning of the bicycle giveaway and announce that these bikes were provided by people in prison.
Come on here, homeboy. Why don't you read this number off for me?
We want to give back as well in the community. So formerly incarcerated people get together and we give bikes away to children in impoverished communities. We have to change the public perception, and that's really one of the things that we do with the bike giveaway is to change the public's perception of who we are.
Clean slate is a term that is used to indicate the legal remedies that exist in California for people to clear up their records.
I'm trying to work at a school, and every time this is my second time being laid off because of my background. So I'm trying to get it cleared up.
It's a very time-consuming procedure. It does require a lot of legal help. And so around the state, All of Us or None has collaborated with local legal service institutions to provide free legal services for people who want to clear up their records. My hope for the future of All of Us or None is that we'll create a powerful political movement where people who have been in prison actually have their rights restored.
I'm hoping that some of the campaigns that we're doing locally will advance themselves nationally.